No, it's behind you.
Is it
It's just like
6:30?
always behind me. That's where it belongs.
Is it 6:30?
1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute.
All right, I'm going live here.
This
Turn it over
conference
6:30
will
right
now
now.
be recorded.
Sorry,
Oh, really? Okay. Good evening and welcome to the July 21st meeting of the Belchertown Select Board. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Do we have any documents to approve?
Meeting minutes from June 2nd, 20.
June 16th.
Yeah, should have June 16th and July 7th.
Oh, June 16th, yeah, sorry, I'm new to this. June 16th, at 6:30, 2025. Any additions, corrections, or changes as written?
Do I hear a motion to approve?
I move to approve the minutes for June 16th, 2025, as submitted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And are there any other documents to approve?
We have meeting minutes from July 7th, 2025 at 6:30.
Do I hear a motion?
I was absent. Did I make a motion if I was absent?
Motion to
No.
approve the minutes from July 7th as written.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'll abstain.
And one abstain. Okay. Additions to the agenda. I wanted to talk about the Cutching 3 School, the Cutching's 3 River School. We can add that. Other than that, appointments? Is it 6:33?
It's 6:32.
Is there anything we can talk about?
No.
I can start on my report if you want, or we can just wait a second.
We'll wait.
Okay. I have 6:33.
Okay, it's 6:33. Poll hearing.
We have a poll hearing, an order for joint or identical poll locations to the Board of Select Board, Selectmen, it should be Select Board, I don't know if that's a typo. That needs to be corrected or not. Belchertown, Massachusetts, notice have been given and public hearing held as provided by law it is hereby ordered that Mass Electric Company, DBA, National Grid and Verizon, New England Incorporated, formerly known as New England Telephone and Telegraph Company, they are hereby granted joint or identical locations for and permission to erect and maintain poles, wires to be placed thereon, together with such sustaining and protecting fixtures as said companies may deem necessary in public way or ways herein after referred to as requested in permission of said companies dated the 11th day of April 2025. All construction under this order shall be in accordance with the following conditions. Poles shall be of sound timber, reasonable site, straight, and shall be sustainably at the points indicated upon the plane marked Warner Wright Road, Belchertown, Massachusetts, number 311-30837, filed with this order. There may be attached to said poles by Mass Electric Company, DBA, National Grid, and Verizon New England Incorporated, such wires, cables, and fixtures as needed in their business, and all of said wires and cables should be placed at the height of not less than 20 feet from the ground. The following are the public ways or part of the ways along which the poles above referred to may be erected, and the numbers of poles which may be erected thereon under this order. Warner Wright Road, National Grid, to install 2 JO poles and relocate 2 JO poles in Warner Wright Road, beginning at a point approximately 630 feet north of the center line of the intersection of North Street and continuing approximately 580 feet in northern direction. National Grid to relocate poles 6 and poles 7 through 50 and install 2 midstream poles, poles 5-50 and pole 6-50, due to long spans and low utility cables, Belchertown, Massachusetts. Also for permission to lay and maintain underground laterals, cables, and wires in the above or the interesting public ways for the purpose of marking connections, such poles and buildings as each of said petitioners may desire for distributing purposes. I hereby certify the foregoing order was adopted at the meeting of the town of Belchertown, Massachusetts, held 21 day of June 2025.
Okay,
Sorry.
so this, oh, was there,
I think that's it. I don't have to read the second page, right?
no.
No.
So this poll hearing is now open. National Grid, is National Grid here?
I'm here. I'm a rep.
Oh, great, hi.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about this?
So, Diane is the actual designer of this job. As far as I know, there's long spans on that road, and we need a poll petition to relocate a couple poles in that street that are going to be shifted like more than 3 feet. So, and that's just due to like the wires being too far from each other, like the poles being too far from each other. So we're gonna relocate some poles from their original location just to mitigate the spans, so the wires aren't sagging too far, because we have to maintain our company standard for how far poles can be from each other. So that this is for Warren, right?
Yep.
Okay,
Petition
thank you.
here.
DPW, any comments? Hi, Linda.
Hi guys. You did receive a letter from Christopher Lorenzo, Highway Supervisor. We have no concerns. The pole location at house number 554 was to be staked. I believe it was staked today. Other than that, we're fine with the locations.
Okay, great. Thank you, Linda. Anyone from the public wish to comment? Okay. I'm going to close this meeting. And then we vote. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve the polls as written
I think you have to say what.
on Warner Wright Street between beginning at approximately 630 feet north of the center line of the intersection of North Street and continuing approximately 580 feet in northern direction.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. John?
So, you don't have to read that.
Oh.
You have to read, it's in the packet. Where's your packet?
This is all.
Yes, these are the actual signature pages. Okay. Sorry, guys.
That's fine.
We're
Yeah,
learning.
we still have another minute before we,
Yes. So this is
got plenty of
the
time.
Yeah.
thing that you have. No, sorry, not this, not this, not this, not this. So we're gonna-
Okay,
this
we have
one.
to
Just this
wait
one.
until,
We have to wait till 6:40 anyway,
6:40.
but these are the ones that you read.
Changes that on Jen, just for my future knowledge.
It wasn't my packet stuff.
I know, it's okay, I'm sorry, I didn't look at what I gave you before, so
You want mine?
this is for the second one, and that's what they look like.
Okay, I knew those two should,
Yeah.
you were hereby notified.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Got it.
That's to open the hearings.
Yeah, I corrected now. Do we sign on the first line or do I? who
So
signs?
you just have to like read like the
Who's
the
signing?
big paragraph and then like the basically like what
Yeah. and
it's
that's
in
what
reference to.
Who signs the first line? Lisa?
It doesn't matter.
You're doing privileges of speaking.
Yeah, sorry, you spoke a lot. I apologize.
We're gonna sign 2 in there, I think.
Okay.
You just need to wait another 30 seconds.
Okay, I'll sign that back page. I see, you set me up for failure.
Mm-mm. It was my mistake. I would take full,
Okay.
You're
I
good.
apologize.
6:40,
We're all friends.
exactly, 6:40.
6:40, you ready?
Yeah.
You're hereby notified that a public hearing will be held during a regular meeting of the Select Board, which will take place in person and remotely at 6:40 PM on Monday, July 21st, 2025, upon the partition of Verizon New England Incorporated National Grid dated June 10th, 2025, to locate poles, wires, cables, fixtures, including necessary anchors, guys, and others such as sustaining, protecting fixtures to be owned and used in common by your petitioners along and across the following parts of the ways designated in said petition, along with designated route. You are an owner of the real estate determined by the last proceeding, assess or taxation. Information regarding this petition can be obtained from Vince, I can't pronounce the last name, the guidance from National Grid at 978-983-8086 or vince.leguidance@nationalgrid.com. And it's Nicole Miner, but it's Select Board, it is John Ritter filling in for Nicole Miner.
Okay, this poll hearing is now open. National Grid?
It's for North Washington Street.
This is for North Washington Street.
Oh. Is there anyone here speaking on behalf of it? Linda?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, so you should have in your packet a letter from Christopher Lorenzo.
Yep.
We did last week and look at this location. There has been communication with Diane Klaus from National Grid that we are asking for to table this at this moment. We have concerns about an existing drain line in the described location. There was no stake in the field, and the department is questioning the need for this pool because it causes complications with the drainage infrastructure.
Okay, so you're recommending that we pause on this one?
Yes, and my understanding is in communication with National Grid that they're in agreement. We will pause on this, look at these issues and revisit it at another meeting.
Okay, thank you, Linda. So, unless the public has anything to say, I'm going to close this meeting. Do we need to vote?
Nope,
No,
just-
that's what I thought.
Hang tight.
All right, well, Steve, we have 5 minutes, so you
Sure.
want to start your town manager's report, or?
Yep. Just a second. Alrighty, you'll notice that the agenda is a little bit different tonight. The reason we did this is so I could do my report and updates in between the hearings. And then we could spend the rest of the night on goals and objectives, if need be. So tonight I'll start with my manager's report. As always, I signed expense warrants. I did have a meeting with the Communications Committee representatives regarding the town meeting warrant. They are working towards some changes that they're hoping that the Select Board will adopt in the future to the warrant. They want to include the background information on the various articles within the warrant itself. Some communities are doing that, and then when people pick up the warrant at the town meeting, they can read what the articles are about. So they think it'll help with some of the questions that come up. My only concern is when you have 50 articles like we did this time, that it could potentially create a lot more paper. But we are trying to transition away from having exclusive use of paper at the town meetings and have QR codes that will bring people to those documents. So, hopefully it'll all work out over the next couple of years, but we're heading in that direction.
And the Communications Committee is going to make recommendations on what to do, including the paper issue?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I did attend a discussion with the school department and finance committee regarding budget information. I attended a Sports Haven infrastructure meeting. The good news there is we have awarded a contract for the Phase 1 construction, which is the water line and some of the sewer infrastructure. That contract's valued just at a little over $2 million. And when more grant money comes in, we still have about another $2 million worth of work that we need to get under contract. But this is a big first step for us. I met with the consultants performing the feasibility study on Tadgil. The Phase 1 portion of that is complete. The final report should be available anytime now. And we are working on a scope of work for the final phases of that project. That feasibility study was funded through a one-stop grant. It's about a $200,000 effort, so it's going to take another few months. We're hoping January timeframe we'd have everything wrapped up. I had a public records request that I had to review. I've been reviewing some information on recent opioid settlement developments. There's been some new settlements. We're going to have to schedule a executive session, probably next meeting, to approve entering into those agreements so that we can continue to keep the money coming into town. And lastly, I did attend the EDIC meeting last week. They have a lot going on and are going to start meeting twice a month. The first and third Wednesday, I believe, is what we discussed. They're still working with the developer for the condominiums, as well as we're going to be working to renew our agreement with Mass Development. So there's some big topics coming up, and there's going to be a lot of work. So that's all I had in my report.
Okay, thank you. It's 6:47, so poll hearing 2026.
Poll hearing 2026-03, you're hereby notified that a public hearing will be held during a regular meeting of the Select Board, which will take place in person and remotely at 6:47 p.m. on Monday, July 21st, 2025, upon the petition of Verizon New England Incorporated and National Grid dated June 9th, 2025, to locate poles, wires, cables, fixtures, including necessary anchors, guides, and other structure such sustaining, protecting fixtures to be owned and used in common by your petitioners, along with across the following parts of the ways designated in said petition, along which designated route you are an owner of the real estate determined by the last preceding assessment of taxation. Information regarding the petition can be obtained from Vince Leguidance from National Grid at 978-983-8086 or Vince Leguidance at nationalgrid.com. John Rutter filling in for clerk. Nicole Minor, Select Board. This is for Jabish Street.
Okay, thank you, John. The meeting is now open. National Grid?
This is an external job, so I'm not really 100% sure on this one. I know we're installing, it's a proposed pole with two anchors, 23-50, between 23 and 24 on Jabish Street, next to the corner on Johnson Road.
Well, let me just see. Linda, do you have any comments about this one?
Yes, again, you all should have a letter from Christopher Lorenzo. We did look at this location on July 17. It was not staked in the field, and due to the fact that there does need to be, we're happy to work with National Grid on this to do some excavation. We just asked for it to be staked. My understanding is it was staked today, so we have no issues with this location.
Okay, so you're okay with moving forward on this?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any public comment? Is there anything you want to add? Okay.
Just
gonna close this, poll hearing. And do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion that that Jabish Street install one jointly owned pole P23-50 on the south side of Jabish Street, beginning at the point approximately 70 feet northeast of the center line at the intersection of Jabish Street and Johnson Road. Install one pole P23-50 needed to run new primary conductor per National Grid, work order 30641230.
John, do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. 4-0. Okay, we have 4 minutes. Steve, do you wanna go, through any updates?
Sure. We might have to bounce back to these, but let me get started anyways on the updates. There has been no movement on the Parcel D project. We're waiting on the next steps with the EDIC. 6 and 8 Berkshire Ave's been on hold. Pollinator Garden's been on hold. The Town Hall elevator, we just entered week 2 of this project. We expect that project will take between 4 to 6 weeks, so there's still a little more time. But the contractor is here, he's been here every day and working, so that's the
Can I
good
ask
news.
a question about that?
Sure.
Is the, budget amount for this still
Yes.
within that?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, everything's so far so good.
Else have questions on the elevator?
The job description review and her human services study are ongoing. I do have a meeting this week to get an update from the Collins Center on the human services study. The financial organizational review, we discussed this at our last meeting. We have a busy couple of agendas coming up, so I have not scheduled the DLS to come in. I haven't even contacted them yet, but as soon as I see that things lighten up a little bit, we'll make some time for them to come in. The tax work-off program, we are about to launch the public information campaign on that. So we do have an item on the next agenda to work out with the how many members of each household can participate. So the board will need to vote on that. But we're going to get the advertisements out and the press releases out and start collecting
That's great.
resumes and letters of interest. The surplus property work is on hold. The Buildings and Grounds Committee is taking some time off this summer, so we haven't had any movement there. We're into the FY26 budget now by 3 weeks, so I don't have any updates there, but the transition from FY25 to FY26 is complete and going well. I don't know, what do we got for time before I get into 2 minutes? All right, next meeting update. As I stated earlier, we have a busy few meetings ahead of us. Next week, in 2 weeks, on August 4th, we have a hearing for Kansai. They're looking to expand the area that their liquor license currently covers. They want some space on the second floor for events and spillover. Again, we're going to be talking about the tax work-off program. I'll be presenting the purchase and sale agreement for Franklin School to the board for signature. We'll probably finish up goals and objectives because we're not going to wrap it all up tonight. We have the executive session for the opioid settlement. I think we're going to have a discussion action item to determine whether or not public comment is going to be allowed in the future. There's an order of taking for the Hickory Hill subdivision roads that needs to be signed. And beyond that, the August 18th meeting, I know we have a Corey Sorry policy, a code of conduct, a gold cane policy, and we need to address our mileage reimbursement rate, amongst other things. So we're already starting to, now some of those can be moved. So I know we probably want to circle back to this because I think it's our hearing time.
6:54. Thanks, Steve. Okay, final poll hearing at 6:54.
We have poll hearing 2026-04. You're hereby notified that a public hearing will be held during a regular meeting of the Select Board, which will take place in person or remotely at 6:45 6:54 PM, Monday, July 21st, 2025, upon the petition of Verizon New England Incorporated and National Grid dated June 11th, 2025, to locate poles, wires, cables, fixtures, including necessary anchors, guides, and other such sustaining and protecting fixtures to be owned and used in common by your petitioners, along and across the following parts of the ways designated in said petition, along in which designated route you are an owner of the real estate determined by the last preceding assessment of taxation. Information regarding the petition can be obtained by Vince Leguidance from National Grid at 978-983-8086 or vince.leguidance@nationalgrid.com. John Ritter filling in for Nicole Miner, Clerk, Select Board. This is for North Liberty.
Thank you, John. The meeting, this poll meeting is now open. National Grid.
So this petition is for North Liberty Street. We need a brand new pole to install equipment on a new pole. This is a proposal, it's a smart switch, just so we can improve like the reliability of the road. If we have to do a ticket outage, we need something to de-energize the rest of the road and whatnot. So this is just for us to, we need a new pole to install equipment on a clean pole, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Linda?
Hi, thank you. So again, a letter in your packet from Christopher Lorenzo. We did conduct a site visit on July 17, and we have no concerns about the location of this new pole.
Okay, thank you, Linda. Any public comment? Hearing none, I'm going to close this poll meeting. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion, we install one jointly owned pole 146-50 on North Liberty Street, beginning at a point approximately 201 to 1 feet southeast of the center line of the intersection of North Washington and North Liberty Street. Install one new pole P146-50 from the newer recloser installation per National Grid work order number 3113341.
Second.
I got them all down now.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And I just want to say you did a great job, John.
Thank you, John.
Put it on the spot, I'm doing great now.
Okay, so the one thing we didn't talk about is the Cutchins Three Rivers School. The letter that I hope we all had a chance to read from Tina Champagne, the Executive Director of Cutchins Three Rivers School on Old Bay Road. She brought up concerns about trespassing, parking, and quality of life. I don't know, Steve, if you have anything on that?
The letter was received. The police chief and the police department have been working with both Cutchins and the property owners on Old Bay Road to address those concerns. I believe that there's been a meeting or several meetings with the administration at Cutchins about those concerns, and I think they're on the right path to working them out.
And the school and neighbors are feeling good about the direction in which the conversations are going?
I believe so. That's my belief. Mm-hmm.
And the police chief
Yeah,
feels good, everybody's
yeah.
good?
they've taken it, to where it needs to be for now. So, yep.
All right, thank you. I also want to say that because Nicole is not here tonight, we will not be discussing goals. We can talk about what format we want to use, but the goals itself, we all need to be here for that. Just as if any one of us were not here, we'd want to be here. And Nicole sends her regrets. At this point, I'll open up for any other review of weekly mail. Oh, well, we do need to talk about goals, though. At least talk about,
Yeah, that's.
yeah,
So the way the agenda reads, and I know we're out of order, but we should probably go back to my updates to talk about the next meeting. And then
Oh, yeah.
we would do the mail, board member reports, and then go to the discussion action items. You know,
Okay.
again, if we were gonna talk about goals and objectives, we would have until we all fell asleep to go without having to, you know. So
Okay, Lynn.
it kinda worked out because my things fit right in between the hearings.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just,
great.
yeah, so let's go back to 6 and,
Okay, go ahead.
so on the next meetings, it came to my attention that there is some thought of maybe trying to reschedule our regular meeting on the 18th to another night.
So,
I-
August 18th,
Yeah.
there is an event that I believe we all got an invitation to, that's called Her Legacy, and it's about women of Western Mass celebrating 105 years of civic engagement. And I wanted to know if there was interest from the board of wanting to attend that. And if so, it falls on the 18th. It starts at 5:30. It's in Springfield. There's no way we can attend both.
So with that, not, if we do choose to reschedule that meeting, I am not available the following week, but I would suggest that maybe we try to schedule 2 meetings between now and the week of the 25th.
Right.
So
And
that-
those would be special meetings
Right.
that would be held on an off cycle. And I will say, we really do have jam-packed agendas at least the next 2 meetings. And I'll just throw one more thing into this. We had talked about having a weeknight or Saturday or Sunday. I'm throwing that back on the table too, to see if folks are interested in that. It's very, very hard to get this group together. I have concerns about Steve not having his goals until next month, but we want to do this right, so I'll open it up for discussion.
Any night I'm available, I'm willing to meet. I don't know what that means, and I don't know about the 18th. I don't know what that is. That
I think
event.
you got the. I mean, I don't think it was just Whitney and I.
If I got it, it didn't register with me, so I don't know that I'm gonna go. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks like an interesting event. However, with what you just said, if we have too much to accomplish, I'm happy to forego it and be here.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm okay with that too.
That sounds great.
Sorry, John.
It's okay.
We can make a mention that night about celebrating women in.
Well, I mean, it would be good to go, right?
Sure.
Who is it from? What is it for? I don't even know.
It's just, look up Her Legacy, it should
I
come
did
up.
send it to you.
Women of Western Mass celebrating 105 years.
Oh, the Springfield Creative City situation? Yeah. I'm not gonna go to that.
Okay,
Okay, so
So-
we'll be meeting.
How
all
do-
right.
How do we feel about a meeting the week of the 11th to wrap up goals and objectives?
Well, we're really gonna be starting goals and objectives. I mean,
True.
outside of, looking at the format.
Yeah,
And we don't have all the formats here, so I'm hesitant to even do that.
okay. Do we know what Nicole's schedule is, or do you want me to do a doodle poll?
I don't know Nicole's schedule.
Okay,
I mean, we could take like a temperature check on like when people are around.
It's been nearly impossible for Steve's office to
No,
come up with a time
no,
that
I
we're all available.
I understand. I'm just saying, like, for me personally, like, I know what my schedule is and I have it in my hand right now.
Well, we don't know Nicole's, but we can certainly come up with some dates if we can all make it.
Yeah, so next
Like
next
tomorrow
week.
night?
next week I'm out.
Well, how about this
You want
week?
Tomorrow is fine.
Tomorrow's fine for me.
Can't post it.
48
though.
hours notice
Oh,
yeah,
posting.
right.
48 hours.
So I'm free
So,
Thursday.
Thursday?
I'm gone on the 23rd through the 1st.
Okay, so that gives us a good block of time to not even
First,
look
you
at
want
it.
all next week, too.
I'm going to Cooperstown with my kids.
Oh, fun.
So you'll be back on August 1st?
Yes.
Okay.
So the week of the 4th.
How about Saturday the 2nd?
I'm around.
I'm around.
It's supposed to be in New York for the day, but
Well, I mean, if you have no pressure,
yeah,
okay,
I'm supposed to be in New York.
okay. How about the 3rd?
I'm around.
I'm around.
I could do the 3rd,
I'm around. I don't know if Nicole is.
but I would have to be after like 3 o'clock in the afternoon for me because I'm coming back from New York.
Oh, that's right, okay. You okay with that?
Yeah, I mean we have to get it done. I just don't know if everybody wants to do
agree.
Sunday night.
So, potentially, how about if we did it 6 to
Could do it dinner.
whatever?
Actually, I might be able to do earlier. I just need to talk to my husband with the kids.
You might need to do it
I
later.
might be able to do earlier.
Okay.
I might be able to do earlier in the day.
So how about if we hold on August 3rd? Let's pick a few other dates in case. All right. Okay, the following week, Jen?
5th I'm open. 4th I'm open.
4th, we're here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Sorry.
We're here for
5th I'm open.
5th is National Night Out, isn't it?
yeah, it's National Night Out.
Okay.
6th?
6th.
Oh, I've got EDIC.
Mm-hmm.
7th?
7th, I'm open.
I could bump what I have on my calendar.
You don't know?
I said I could bump what I have
Oh, okay, good.
on my calendar.
Okay, cool. John?
I am free.
Okay, I'm free. So, can we hold August 7th? And let's just pick one more. Okay. Okay, I'm not available the 9th or the 10th.
Okay.
How's the 11th?
The 11th,
I'm open.
I'm open.
I'm away that whole week, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. 16th or 17th, you're also not available?
I'm on the 11th to the 17th.
Okay.
17th, okay.
I'm so sorry.
Then we have a select board meeting, so maybe we can do, we can see if she's available either the 3rd or the 7th. And then if we, if need be, we could start on the 18th. Those would give us 3.
Okay.
I think we should do one more, or do you think that's a good start?
Put the day after just to make sure, get a 3rd one in, just to have it for one
You
more.
wanna- you
I
wanna
would
do-
just say,
okay.
yeah, just assuming
All right.
Nicole's availability is
Okay, so, the 19th?
Yep. Free.
free.
Are you out that week?
I don't.
Don't you have a vacation in August?
It's the week of the 25th.
No, 19th I'm here. Yep. Yeah, I'm leaving the 23rd.
Okay, I can do the 19th. I have something, but I can bump it.
My only request, would we be able to start, I know, a little later? That's the school committee first meeting of the season, and I'd like to be present.
Of course.
So they start at 6, and they typically are 1 hour, but I hate to make you all start at 7 if we're gonna go late.
I'm free then, or the 21st I'm open.
Or can even start earlier too, that helps.
Yeah.
I actually, so Whitney, I'm just cognizant of your meeting to out by then. You know, like maybe the
Right,
August
true.
20, I can't do the 20th. You can't either, right?
No. The
So
21st
the
I'm
21st I'm open.
open.
You're open, John? Okay.
Yep.
Open, yep.
Okay, so I have the 3rd, the 7th, the 19th, and the 21st.
Whitney, are you
Yeah,
open?
I believe I am.
Okay. So it's August 3rd, 7th, and 21st, plus we have the 18th.
I thought the 19th was on the table as well. Or, no, that's the school committee night, right, you said?
Yeah, we're not,
Yeah, I think
I just
It's
think
like a
that's
last
lot.
resort situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Last resort. Okay.
I prefer not to do that to her.
yeah, and I'm hoping we will have it done by then, especially if we go an hour longer every meeting leading up to.
Okay.
I mean, that's 4 full meetings, right?
Okay,
I'll check with Nicole.
yeah,
Okay.
sounds good. And then, of course, just send out to everybody as soon as possible, because I know we're all like putting holds on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I have to interrupt the board before you guys
Oh,
continue to
yes.
the next thing?
Excuse me?
No, I was just wondering if I could interrupt you folks, before you start the next. I was just, there's like 4 petitions and was wondering, is North Washington Street the one that you guys wanna table because of the water?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
it's the North Washington Street one, 2026-02.
Gotcha, so Jabish Street, North Liberty Street, and
Warren
Warren Wright.
Warren Wright, okay.
Those all went.
So this, alright, so North Washington Street's the one, that's bad for now.
That would be correct.
Okay,
Okay.
alright, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Have a good night.
All right, you too. Okay, so, anything else with the meetings, or are we good?
Nope, I can work that out.
All right. We don't have all of the different formats that Joanne gave us. So I'm really hesitant to even, I just think we should wait and do goals another night, okay?
You wanna go back to mail and reports, and then we'll, because we do have one action item that we can take up tonight.
Okay, and I have a couple things I wanted to ask you about as well. But that would be under, letters. So are we still on letters?
Mhm.
Yep, we're on 7, review a weekly mail.
Well, did anybody have any letters that they wanted to pull?
From weekly mail?
Excuse me?
From weekly mail?
Yeah.
No.
I do wanna comment on the liquor license stuff, Country Crossroads. They keep bringing it up. I don't know if we could officially tell them it's not, it's kinda like they want us to petition the state to move it up further. But I don't think that's out of our hands at this point. What is your thoughts on that? I'm just trying to understand the whole liquor process in town, so.
Yeah, so currently we have no full liquor licenses available for retail establishments. I believe their request, they came in and they asked for a seasonal one, which that applies to communities like out at the Cape near the shore where their populations change. We don't have seasonal licenses available. The only way we can obtain another liquor license for the town would be to go through a legislative act and request special legislation. If we were successful, it wouldn't guarantee that it would go to any one business. We would have to open up a process that's fair and equitable, and we would have to allow all businesses interested to apply for it. Personally, I don't think we need another liquor license in town at this time. I don't think it's the board's, it should be the board's responsibility to petition the legislators. And I don't believe that the business would be authorized to petition the legislators either, but they're welcome to try.
Thank you for that.
So, yeah.
I agree with you, Steve.
I agree too. I was just wanting to make sure we clarified it, that's all.
Oh, sure, no, that's great, thank you, John. I wanted to bring up, 2 other ones. The Charter Communications, came up and, they talked about how their services wouldn't be covering certain cable stations anymore. I didn't know if we were gonna do any kind of a infomercial about it, so that, the people in town know
Mhm.
that this is happening, rather than have it just land on them.
Sure, yep, I can ask Kate to deal with that.
Great, and the same goes for 12, the spotted lanternfly.
Mhm.
I think I saw something
I saw
online.
something.
Yeah, we did.
Definitely was
Okay.
something
All
online
right.
about that.
Maybe also, I don't know if Kate could, write a blurb that could go, you know, in the local papers so that folks are aware of this. Kind of a, you know, if you see it, what do you do,
Mm-hmm,
and who to report it to?
sure.
Okay. Great, thank you. If there's nothing else to talk about with the mail, individual board members' reports? John?
July 8th, I went to Pathfinder and I spoke to the superintendent, Mr. Duda, and I'm trying to arrange a tour for us when the kids are in session so we can see the shops and maybe have lunch there if the select board's interested. So I was just trying to see if everyone's interested in that, or it'll be during the daytime, so I'm trying to work on that too. Once I get a better date, I'll let
I'd
the
be
board know,
interested in
and
that.
I'll email it,
Okay. Jen?
maybe send it to Steve for doodle poll.
Yep, sure.
Like early September. 9 July, I did the Veterans Week coffee hour. We talked about veteran stuff, possibly arranging transportation so veterans go down to the vet center for a luncheon they throw in West Springfield. We're trying to work with the senior center to try to get the band or Humes to get some of the older veterans down there. Also stopped into the Rainbow Coffee Hour, which was alright at the senior center. Introduced myself to them. That's a good group of people. So I received some emails from them. Hopefully they meet at the same time. So I'm trying to maybe split half my time during that hour to see them next month. I also went to the senior center for the luncheon, talked with the seniors at July 9th at the same times. They told me the best days to stop for lunch, so it's on my schedule. Good group of people out there too. 14 July, I went to the fair committee meeting. We started talking about the parade. They're very organized, so we're getting kicked off for the parade and for the fair. They did bring up some good points that we need to talk about for the future that used to happen in town, like Employee of the Year, Veteran of the Year, the Golden Cane Award, Citizen of the Year. So, and they're talking about a parade marshal, all stuff that used to be done in the fair, then COVID happened, and some of the stuff digressed. So, I don't know how the board feels about bringing back some of that stuff. I know there's probably like HR stuff with Employee of the Year, but I think it's good for us to maybe start appreciating our employees, and
Does
same
the
thing with our
fair
citizen.
committee want us to discuss it?
Yeah, so that was kind of their thing.
Yeah.
Another big thing they brought up was the signs. I know we have the sign policy. They couldn't put their signs up, so I said, talk to Steve and come before the board, and we could, they could petition to put signs up where they need to for the fair. So that was kind of with the new policy. So hopefully we see them on the agenda, but.
In fact, wasn't that in our packet?
No, that's for the band.
We have the band
The band.
for tonight, yep.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Steve, how do we handle that?
Just have them submit a request and we'll,
That's what I thought. So maybe you could go back and ask them to submit a request for what they'd like us to talk about, and also the signage.
15 July, did a communication meeting. I did it online. We talked about the AI policy and then some of the warrant stuff. So they're moving forward with the AI stuff. There's a lot to it. I'm diving into it. I thought I was young, but I guess I'm too old for this. But there's a lot of AI stuff, and it's really cool. But it's a lot to unfold. And they found some other policies from other towns, but everyone's doing something different. It's so new, so it's trying to get that working and moving. They're deep dives into it, but it's going to take a little while to get it moving. 20 July, we had a microburst come through town, so I was out checking out storm damage today and yesterday night. So I just want the residents to know that we're working on it, and the DBW acted fast. So they did a great job. Fire was out there, police were out there. So I just want to give that feedback to them. Fire chief was out there himself. So I mean, the employees working well, and the residents responded well to it too. So that's a good feedback.
And actually, bring up a good point. I mean, do we want to put out, again, a public announcement about what happened, who was affected, and give a shout out to all the first responders, what was done, and
yeah, so we know, you know, pretty much everybody knows that yesterday we had a microburst go through, which would be the southwest corner of Belchertown, the Turkey Hill area, Turkey Hill, Chauncey Walker, Shaw Street, Rock Rimmon, Granby Road, Ludlow Street, Summit Street, Oak Ridge, Hemlock Hollow, Terry Lane, Azalea Way, Chestnut Drive, if I didn't mention that one yet. Green Avenue, and I guess I'm not 100% sure it was confirmed as a microburst, but I can tell you I was on the edge of it, and I was about ready to head to my basement.
Yeah.
And immediately, we had a response from our police and fire and
Mhm.
DPW. There was a parade of National Grid vehicles going through. I think we would be remiss if we didn't recognize them. I couldn't believe how many trucks went by my house going up there. I was getting updates from the chief. They were going door to door to make sure people were safe and okay. They went way over and above, crawling over trees and wires to get to these people's houses to make sure they were okay. And the word late last night was that the roads would all be open and power would be restored sometime today. I received notice from National Grid about 2 o'clock today that power was fully restored to the entire area. So that's a relatively long outage for Belchertown. And I know the cleanup for the DPW is just starting. They're gonna be cleaning up brush and debris and trees for weeks.
Can we can you put together a thank you
Sure.
to
Mhm.
DPW, the police department, the fire department for
Sure.
their, heroic efforts in trying to bring back normalcy as quickly as possible.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think it was a great example of not only the services that we provide, but the employees that we have. They really put a lot into it, as I'm sure John will tell you.
It was amazing to see them all work and
Yes.
they're all out there, so it was good to see. I mean, my concern with that too is just make sure we have the finances and give those, like, I'm not sure where we are, but it obviously was a financial impact for Belchertown. A little bit, but we have to be cautious of that stuff too and understand that.
And the emergency system worked.
Yeah,
'Cause I got a
emergency.
text, I got an email, I got a phone call and a text.
Yep.
Okay, good.
So,
That's excellent to know.
Yeah.
So it's working.
Yeah, good point there. By bringing that up in the finance committee, you can, or communication committee on the town website, you can sign up for the emergency alerts, so the public should know that too.
I was also thinking that, if I can get back to your AI, that, I don't know how they feel about this, but it'd be great to, at some point, get a report from them
Sure.
on, I'm just, aren't you curious, like, what's happening, what are their thoughts on it? How significant a risk is it? What people should know about it, just, residents,
How it can benefit us.
right? Okay, anything else? Did you have a minute off?
Just been busy. I enjoy it.
It's great.
I did find though, I do want to bring up some things during my, like, all my committees that I'm going through, and I talked to Steve a little bit about this stuff, is trying to make a standard, like, agenda list. I know Terry's working on it, but it'd be nice to, I don't know what you guys are getting from your committee, like a standard agenda, a standard kind of practice. It'd be easier for the town, and I think committees moving forward to have some kind of standard practice across all the committees, if that makes sense, about the agendas and that stuff.
Isn't that what Terry's trying to do?
Yeah, Terry is, but
Yeah.
getting all committees on that. I know it's a work in progress.
Yeah, that's great work on Terry's part,
Yep.
too.
And I don't
So-
know if I can comment on that, but can we also standardize more hybrid meetings? So many committees are still completely in person only, and it just limits access and people participating.
That's happening now with the elevator being closed.
Yeah.
We're requiring all committees have a virtual option to make sure that there's access.
Is that only for times of, like, emergencies?
Well, right now it is, but I think once that habit starts, that it'll be more frequent.
That'd be great.
Do we have a policy on that?
I don't think so. No. I can talk to Terry and see if
Okay.
you want to put one together.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that would be great.
That's all I got, thank you.
Well, thank you, John.
Sure, so I missed the last meeting, so I won't bring up updates prior to that, with the exception of July 1st, I attended the Belchertown Cultural Council meeting, and they were talking mostly about the big project right now, Food Truck Friday, and they were getting that off the ground for their second Food Truck Friday. And they were also already starting to talk about winter light nights and some of their other big programs, and working with some other committees on some projects as well. And then I did miss the July 7th Select Board meeting. July 10th, I attended the Family Center meeting. they just recently moved their storage unit. They are now in the recreation department and some storage space in there. And part of that was also getting rid of a fair amount of their supplies, which was disappointing, but I think also a necessary process. So they're now reconvening and trying to decide what their next steps are going to be. I anticipate they will be wanting to petition the select board soon to talk about their future. I attended the Clock Memorial Libraries doing their summer reading program. They had a magician last week. I can't remember what night it was.
Wednesday.
Wednesday night. It was very hot in town hall, but it was great, and the kids had a good time. Attended Food Truck Friday on Friday, spent a ton of money, had a great time. And I wanted to mention that the recreation department was doing demonstrations of some of the programs they offer, and that was really unique, and I thought it was interesting, and I
When
appreciate
was
they did
that?
that on Friday night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really cool. They had martial arts, they had disc golf, they did yoga. So it was just a way for people to see samplings of some of the things to do in town. And that was great. And I think that's all for now.
That's great. Thanks, Wendy. Sure. Jen?
What is going on? So, there's a pergola that's been up. So the Pocket Park is starting to get built over by the skate
that's
park,
great.
which is very exciting. I went to the EDIC meeting with Steve and John. I missed Food Truck Friday, sad face. Whitney and I did have a conversation with the chair of the Cultural Council about the future of Food Truck Fridays and some thoughts that that I had that we're trying to explore about how to make that community event more sustainable and not so much pressure on a group of volunteers. And we did confirm, Steve confirmed that we do have the full earmark for wayfinding and branding, so we can do installation and fabrication of some of those wayfinding signs. So we're looking at the earmark now for how to get that accomplished.
So we'll be able to put signs up now, or, well, I mean, soon.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, we have the designs, we have the the fabrication quote from Stantec, not from Stantec, that Stantec gave us as part of the package and all of those component pieces, so,
That's exciting.
yeah. I think that's, I don't know, I was out last 2 weekends, so anything that happened in town, I don't know what's going on.
That's
So.
great. I was on vacation last week,
Yeah.
and I honestly don't remember what I did the week before, but I did want to bring up the law account, because I watched some of the finance committee meeting, and from what I understand from them, there was concerns about the fact that we're in July, and we have almost exhausted our legal fund. So I was wondering about that as well, so I wasn't at that meeting, but.
Yeah, no, that's not what happened. The town accountant and I met with the finance committee to request funds from the reserve fund
Yeah,
to cover end-of-year balances from FY '25. One of those accounts was the law account, which was significantly overspent due to an investigation and some other matters, including an override in 50 warrant articles.
I figured.
So that was FY '25. We are now in FY '26. We haven't even seen a bill yet for FY '26. We're only 3 weeks into it. So that was just to balance out the budgets. And it's not uncommon that some of those budgets are overspent because it's a guess. We don't know.
That's why I'm asking
Yeah.
about it, because when this was brought to my attention, I just thought, this doesn't sound right.
No, right,
So
correct.
we're
Fine right now.
We're fine,
Yeah, we did increase the law account slightly this year.
okay.
Because what we're doing is we're budgeting on trends, so we did look at that a little bit. But, you know, it's probably not a great comparison, but it's a little like the snow removal account. You never know what you're gonna get,
That's
you
so
know. Every time the phone rings and, you know, there's an attorney on the other end, the dollar signs go out the door. And you don't know how many times that's gonna happen, so.
Well, and that's why I wanted to bring it up, because,
Right.
it's a little alarming, and I knew there had to be something.
Yeah,
So,
and that's why we have a reserve fund, because we can't account for everything. So we have that money set aside for emergencies and unforeseen expenses. And I believe it is described that way, unforeseen expenses, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Steve.
Good question, though, because if the public's confused, it's good that we clear that out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, and I really appreciate that. Okay, anything else? Questions from the press?
Oh, no, we
Oh,
skipped
now we got
9A.
discussion.
Good to do the discussion.
Oh,
9A.
yeah. 9A, request to play, you know what, this is just out of order, that's why I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
You know,
It
all
would have
right.
worked out, but
okay, that's fine. The request to place signs on town common. You wanna cue that up, Steve?
sure, we have a request from the Belchertown Community Band to place their signs on the common starting tomorrow morning for their concert series this summer. They have concerts at 5 p.m. starting on July 24th. They also include July 31st, August 7th, August 14th, and they have a special Sunday concert on August 17th from 1:30 to 6. This is a tradition. We've had a community band here in town for 39 years. It's a great organization. I would wholeheartedly support this request and say we should allow them to place their signs like they have in the past. And I'll probably make the same, I know I'll make the same recommendation at the next meeting for the Fair Committee, so
Yeah.
I do think that this is appropriate.
Any discussion about that? I think it's appropriate, especially, we need to do a communications plan around that so that everyone has enough notice of this change that, they don't feel like they were blindsided. And I'm wondering if, what everybody thinks about having each committee emailed as well as, something posted on the website. And any other suggestions?
I have one question, and I missed the conversation about signage from your last meeting, but this is for the big sandwich board on the common, right?
This would be in addition to that.
Yeah.
Oh, in addition,
Yeah.
okay, that was my question, is that there is this big sandwich board in the common, which is great, but we have so much activity going on in town, there's no way that can be enough for everyone. So when we do already have that sign reserved and there are other important events, what is the alternative? Is it just they have to then create their own signage?
Well, they would have to not only create their own signage, but they're gonna need to request permission from the select board. So, according to our bylaws, chapter 145, section 22, no signs are allowed on the common or anywhere within the public way, the town public ways. The state public ways are not under our control. So realistically, that means people can't put up signs along the sides of the road anywhere in town without the select board's permission. They can't be nailed to telephone poles or trees. There is some exceptions in that bylaw. I don't know all of them, but political signs, tag sale signs within a certain time frame. There are exceptions, but the common is off limits without approval from the select board. So at the last meeting, it was determined that no signs would be allowed. So now we're gonna address, individual requests as they come in. So I do think that we need to work through this a little bit, see how it goes, and let the committees know that they need to plan ahead to make sure that they can get their requests in time. So ordinarily, I think it would just be a quick agenda item, yes or no, and move on, so I don't think it's gonna be a big burden, but if it is, we can certainly work that out. And this was a result of a lot of complaints about too many signs that were posted not only on the common, but in other areas of town, so.
Thank you for bringing that up. The other thing that we might wanna take up is, it's not in the budget, but, the notion of having, another electric sign, maybe having that on the, by town hall, so that when people are at the light,
That would be,
it's not in the budget.
but it would still have to be through bylaws too, isn't it, historical, where's the historical district?
Yeah, the electric sign that we have now is just outside of the historic district, so the town hall is within the historic district, so there's some things we would have to work through
Yeah.
for that. Yeah, it's not a short term.
No,
Well, does
it's
the-
not, but I think it would be helpful if the community knew that we weren't just making a rule and not recognizing that it's
Mhm.
really hard to, place signs around, everybody goes through the common, so it might be worth having that conversation if folks think that's a reasonable thing to have.
What was the quote we got for
I
a
think
sign?
it was like
It was
47,000.
ridiculously high.
But what I'm wondering is, about, the fire department has that
Mhm.
great low one.
Mhm.
I don't know,
They got a grant for that one.
Yeah,
Or
that
should
was
they
a-
pay
but
for
maybe
that?
we could get a grant.
I love grants.
See, we'll have to see what's out there. I know that one was an emergency
Right.
services grant, so
Yeah.
we'll have to look.
Could we see if there's the same one for the police station or down, I guess, speaking of grants, the police station
The
is
big
Yeah.
one,
Mhm.
that's the one that I believe we had a quote on. I wanna say it was like
It was
50,000, 48 or
expensive.
something. It was expensive.
It was expensive.
But I do think as a body, I think we should recognize the fact that that's a key location.
Mhm.
Maybe you could come up with some recommendations.
I'll keep it in mind, I'll see what we can do.
Okay, great.
I will make a motion that we allow the Belchertown Community Band to place a sign on the common for their events Thursday, July 24th, July 31st, August 7th, August 14th, and August 17th.
Wait a second.
Are they, sorry, now, I know I'm in the middle of the motion, I apologize. Do they want it?
They usually put it up about a week in advance. Mhm.
Do I hear a second?
Second, and then May.
Further discussion?
A little bit. You said a sign. Is it really truly a sign? Are we gonna accidentally shoot them in the foot if they can only put one sign up?
Oh, it's like a big
It's
sign.
like
It's a
big
big
sign.
sign.
Yeah,
It's a big sign.
it's a big sign.
And what I thought the request was for was just the first concert?
I think it was for all.
It's
No,
for
I
the
think
whole
they want it
series?
for the whole series.
Yeah, when I spoke in person, it was for all the concerts, yep.
How far, what are the dates again? How far apart are they? The
They're
24th?
weekly.
They're weekly.
They're weekly. It's like, so it goes from the 24th of July through August 17th, basically. So it sounds like it'll be up pretty
Yeah,
much
For like almost a month.
for almost a month.
Okay. Can Kate do that communications blast and maybe just
Mhm.
a couple of times? As well as contact the not the communications, all the committees? And can we set a timeline?
Yeah, I mean, if they have to bring it to a select board meeting, then.
Can we finish this motion first, sorry?
Well, this is further
Oh.
discussion.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
No, we could figure it though, but yeah, it'll have to be in enough time that is posted to the agenda. Right. So, 2 weeks in advance?
Anybody?
Wait, say that again? 2 weeks in advance of what?
For them to submit so that we can discuss it in select board meetings. If they have, if people wanna post signs on common.
Well,
This
we
is
also
a
have to-
separate item?
Yeah.
It was
we have to finish this.
further
We have
conversation.
to finish the motion
We have to finish
first.
the motion, sorry.
Yes, I don't think there's any further discussion for the community band.
We made a
Okay.
motion.
We
She
made a motion.
seconded.
Ready to
All
vote?
in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
So I think we'll get something out to all the committees.
Yeah.
They have to be, we'll try to get them in earlier. You know, this was,
Well, to be honest with
Yeah.
you, it's not just 2 weeks in advance of their, of their event. It has to fall, within
your
our
meeting cycle.
meeting schedule.
Yeah.
Okay.
5B, goals and objectives. Are we tabling it or are we gonna at least?
We're gonna table that. You could send out the Palmer, do you have this electronically?
I sent it to you,
Palmer and,
I have it.
okay.
Mhm.
Just because it is on the agenda, I just wanna clarify, so will we be moving to the Palmer formatting, just so I know if
Well,
we're
that's
gonna
what-
work.
I wasn't gonna talk about it at all, but, I just think because we don't have both of them here, I feel like it would not be a good idea for us to decide on a format when it's not right in front of you.
So in the meantime, when we're doing our own work at home, we should just be in the same format that we've been using for the past few years, the grid, the matrix.
That's not how I'm doing it.
So we didn't do it that way before
Yeah.
either, Whitney.
Okay.
That's just the format that the
That Steve
Finerty
put it in?
staff put it in.
so the email that I sent out had two different formats. One's the Palmer format, which is
Yeah,
very detailed with the goal and then objectives.
yeah.
The matrix that was in the email from, I think it's East Long Meadow, is very similar to what Belchertown uses, it's just a grid. Theirs has additional columns, it's coded, so there's some different codes about responsibilities, where ours is just typed out, but they're very similar, so that's really the two differences. So I gave you the East Long Meadow version, the Palmer version, only the cover page came out, the first
Yeah.
goal, so I don't have the whole series of them, but
But I'm going with the Palmer.
Okay.
Okay. Questions from the press? Hearing none. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Oh,
Aye.
You don't ask for questions from the
no.
public?
This conference is no longer being recorded.
No.
that's gonna be
Okay.
another
But-
agenda item.
It's not an agenda, unless it's an
Okay.
agenda item, but we are gonna be taking up public comment as a topic at our next meeting.
Okay, but you don't do it at a regular meeting?
It hasn't been done, no.
We didn't.
But we're all
We're gonna-
here if you want.
We're all here if you wanna talk.
Well, I had some questions about an article that was in the Sentinel this
Okay.
past
Do
week.
you want this recorded or not?
No.
I think we already.
No, they voted, so.
Yeah. So the